everybody, I'm Chef Cleva, and on today's episode, we're going to talk about a dessert that, due to a grammatical error, has had a bit of a life of deception from day one. Today, we are going to talk about German's chocolate cake. All right, everybody, it's that time again. Get your photographic memory out, your pen and paper, because these are the ingredients for our German chocolate cake. For our cake recipe, you're going to need 8 ounces of unsalted butter, 16 ounces of granulated sugar, 4 eggs separated, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 16 ounces of cake flour, half teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 8 ounces of buttermilk, and 4 ounces of German's chocolate. So first and foremost, a lot of people have this misconception that German's chocolate cake is a cake that came from Germany, when in reality it is not. German's chocolate cake is a cake recipe that came from a specific type of chocolate that was created by a man named Samuel German in 1852. Now, one might ask, what makes this particular chocolate so special as opposed to any other chocolate that you would find in a store? And the answer is the level of cacao that was incorporated to create this type of chocolate. So at this point, you might be wondering, Chef Cleva, what do you mean cacao? Don't you mean cocoa? And actually, no, I do not. Cacao is basically the unaltered whole seeds of the cacao fruit, while cocoa is a powder made from grinding and pressing roast cacao seeds, also known as cocoa nibs. So now that we know the textbook definition between cocoa and cacao, we can deep dive a little bit more into percentages. And this is actually important in terms of why German's chocolate was different than other chocolates. So when it comes to percentages are basically a measurement of the bitterness versus the sweetness of your chocolate. So if your chocolate says it has 100% cacao, that means it has been not touched by sugar, and it would be considered, bitter chocolate, like straight, pure, unsweetened chocolate. The lower the percentage of the cacao, then that shows more sugar has been incorporated into it, and it has more of a sweet taste to it. Just to give you another point of reference, a semi-sweet chocolate bar is essentially 56% cacao. So that means it has like a nice blend, a nice balance of sugar and the pure bitterness that comes from the cacao seed. So I'm going to stop the video right here for 1 second. I had footage of me melting the chocolate on the double boiler, but the footage steamed up the camera. So yeah, I'm letting you know now, you can basically use a double boiler, which is, it's basically you're going to take a pot of water, like maybe a quarter way full, maybe quarter to 1/3 way full, let it simmer. Do not let it boil, let it simmer. Then you're going to put a heat-safe bowl on top and melt down your chocolate. Or if you don't want to use the double boiler method, you're more than welcome to use a microwave and just melt down the chocolate in like 10 to 15 second increments. I would start off with 10 and then mix it, and then just, don't go over 15 seconds or else you're going to burn your chocolate, and nobody wants that. This episode is 2 parts, so right now get that pen and paper, that photographic memory out, because it's time for the filling portion of our German's chocolate cake recipe. For our cake filling, you're going to need 6 ounces of unsalted butter, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, 12 ounces of sugar, 12 ounces of evaporated milk, 4 egg yolks, 16 ounces of shredded coconut, and 12 ounces of chopped pecans. So now, if the German chocolate cake did not come from Samuel German, then one would ask, where did this recipe even come from? And the answer is Dallas, Texas. The recipe came about from a Mrs. George Clay, who was a homemaker from Dallas, and she submitted her recipe to a magazine for publication. She also came about with the recipe for the coconut pecan filling that is used with German chocolate. One other thing that definitely sets this cake apart from your normal chocolate cakes would be the fact that in order to incorporate the chocolate into the recipe, it has to be melted down, and also the level of fat content involved in this cake as well. everybody, that is a wrap on our German chocolate cake episode. Please let me know how yours turned out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, ring that little bell so that way you are notified when the next episode is available to watch. I'm Chef Cleva, and remember, everyone's a little curious. Bye guys.